What is up, everybody? Welcome back to After the Huddle. As always, it's your boy Jacob. To my right is Jared. We got football back.
Yes.
Yeah, we got football back, people. Giants and Lions played last night, along with the Patriots and the Panthers.
Yes.
It's preseason. You take it with a grain of salt and a shot of penicillin.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't mean much, but we'll go over it a little bit. It's AFC South preview tonight, so we'll be going over the AFC South: Houston, Tennessee, Jacksonville, Indianapolis. We're going to talk about where we see that division stacking up, and see who we believe is going to take that division, because it's an interesting division.
It is. It is getting
it's more interesting than what people are giving it credit for.
It's more interesting than last year now.
I completely and totally agree. So, without further ado, we'll start it off. We'll start with the Patriots game. Well, we saw a couple of interesting things in the game. Drake May made his first start. Will he be on time? Yes, we were on time, Sports Addict. Appreciate you, man. We was on time. We was on time today. But yeah, interesting game that we saw. Drake May didn't really do much. The play calling was real conservative for him.
Yeah, he only got one drive.
Yeah,
along with Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah,
which is understandable. I mean, they were talking. They didn't want to put Drake May back there with, a fucked up offensive line with the second string and the third string, and this, that, and the fourth.
Which makes sense.
100%. I was reading more about it today, which makes a lot more sense about how they just pulled him after that.
Facts. Yeah. No, so I completely agree. I thought it was, for preseason games, like I said, take it with a grain of salt. I mean, it's not bad, but it's also, third string, fourth string guys. So I will say this: I don't expect Joe Milton to be third string for long. I mean, Joe Milton to be fourth string for long.
Oh no,
because Zappy, if you weren't watching the game, Bailey Zappe came in as the third string guy, and then Joe Milton came in as the fourth.
Zappe got booed as soon as he stepped on the field.
Yeah, bro. I don't know why y'all continue to. I don't even know why y'all have him on the roster still. I'll be honest with you.
A lot of us don't understand.
I feel like he's taking up a roster. I think mainly probably because he still knows the playbook and knows the team.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Milton, but half of your room doesn't. Jacoby was there before.
8 years ago.
That was a while ago. You know what I mean? He's been gone for a minute.
Yeah.
So the only person that actually knows the system still is Bailey Zappe. But you also got to think too, y'all dealing with a new coach as well.
Yeah. He got his first win though. We're in fact it's preseason.
Yeah. He got it. He got his first preseason win.
Yeah.
Not in first official win.
Got some things to clean up. Fucking holding calls.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I mean, our defense looks great. Trying to think. Farms. I think it's Jeremiah Farms.
Jeremiah Farms.
Yeah, it's like PHRAMS.
Oh, so he's one of the cool farms.
Yeah. When we played
when you spell farm, it's FARM, but when you want to be cool,
that's how they spell it.
That's how you spell it.
Yeah.
PHARM.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That PH changes things.
Yeah. But yeah, no. So he
big dummy.
It's all right. He drew two holding calls back to back. So that that helps.
Yeah.
With the position they were in. Carolina could not block shit.
I mean, it's Carolina.
I understand.
They couldn't block shit last year.
No.
And that's their starters.
Well, here's the thing, yeah. I don't even know if any of the start offensive linemen played. Because I know they said they had like 31 players.
There really wasn't any starters that really played. But sorry about that. But yeah, no, it was a good game. From what I was watching, Joe Milton had a crazy scramble out,
Yes.
Houdini type shit where, he's about to get sacked, broke out the sack, spun away, rolled out to the right, didn't see nobody, turned back left, ran up the field for like 12 yards.
He wanted to throw it at one point.
And I think that was the biggest thing that I saw from that play. Everybody was like, oh, man, you see the scramble, you see the run. I'm like, did you see him keeping his eyes downfield? Yeah. That's the biggest thing to me is the fact that every single time he had the moment, just a moment to settle his feet and look downfield, he was doing it.
Yep.
So you got to give credit where credit's due in those little tiny aspects of things where, the scramble and the improvising is really cool and flashy looking, but I think that little nuance of still any moment he had a chance to set his feet and look downfield, he was doing it.
Yep.
And major props. I've been saying it since the draft that I was high on Joe Milton. I really liked his athletic ability to go along with a very strong cannon of an arm.
Did you know he's 6'4", almost 250?
Yes, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell everybody. Like, he has that Cam Newton type frame that you want.
That's what everybody was saying on Twitter yesterday. They're like, Cam Newton, you're not slick changing your number.
I'm telling you, bro, like I was so high. The only thing about him is that can he hit those short to intermediate throws?
Yeah.
That's where his problem is the accuracy is lacking right there.
That's what
What's up, Michael? Appreciate you joining, man.
What's up, man? That's what Alex Barth was saying. He covers New England.
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying, Joe Milton, if you want him to throw it 80 yards, he'll throw it 80 yards. But if you want him to throw it 5 yards, he's gonna throw it 80 yards.
He's gonna throw it 80 yards. Exactly. That's his problem is that he can't find that sweet spot.
Yep.
Because he throws fucking heaters that when he throws a heater and a slant, he can't seem to find that ball placement and accuracy that he needs to have. But everything, I think he's got intangibles that you can't teach. He's got a frame that you can't teach. He's got intellect for the game, and like I said, those little nuanced things that are just they can be said, but a guy has to pick up on those little things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I saw that when he was at Tennessee, he was that kind of player. It's just a little bit of accuracy issue, which I feel can be worked on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Accuracy can be worked on, I think. Those other stuff that you can't teach obviously can't be worked on because you can't teach it. God damn it. He also had that touchdown throw on a rope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was nice. I do want to see him try to lead the receiver.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people were saying. Is like, granted fact, it was on a rope. Granted fact,
it was on a rope.
Yeah, and it was a dot, but I mean, granted fact, it was behind him.
I mean, I could see why he did that in a way. The safety was playing high in the middle, so you want to try to keep it away from him. I get it, but I still feel like he could have. Maybe he didn't want him to get blown up,
Right. But it was a great. I don't know if you saw the route.
Oh, it was a great route.
Great double move.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Great double move, and he just bing.
Anybody else from that game that you saw that was really turning heads or disappointed you?
Our offensive line needs a lot more work. That's really the only thing.
Which we knew.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy like with our receivers. Polk looks really consistent.
Mm-hmm.
2 back-to-back first down catches.
How did Baker play? How was Baker?
Yeah, Baker played. I don't remember his stat line, but he had a couple catches. Leading receiver, Kayshon Boutte.
I'm not surprised.
58 yards.
He had a touchdown, didn't he?
No, he didn't score.
Oh, who had the touchdown?
Kevin Harris, and then I think Jaquan Jackson.
Who caught the touchdown?
I think it's Jaquan
Jackson.
Yeah, I think that's what his name is.
Okay. That touchdown throw was dope. Yeah, no, it was a good throw. You got to give it to him. Good throw. Like I said, I wish he would have been able to lead the receiver a little bit more. Maybe he was a little bit scared of the safety in the middle of the field. I get it. But I think when you have a cannon like that, you could just put it on, like you said, like on a line like that.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different, and I think that's something that he has to learn playing. You know what I'm saying? He'll figure it out. That hey, these guys may be fast, but if I sling it in there with accuracy, they're not going to get it.
Yeah.
Once he learns that, his confidence will skyrocket.
Also, we cut Juju Smith-Schuster today.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Juju Smith-Schuster got cut. No. Did he even catch a pass last night?
He only played 2 plays.
Why?
I guess because they want to see how we have with the other wide receivers, which I totally understand because in practice he's just been shitting on all practice. Like, here's a perfect example, bro.
It's because he almost threw a pick 6 on that out route, then came back to a double move on him. Oh, so the play before or a couple plays before, they tried an out route on that same guy, and he almost threw a pick 6
on the double move touchdown throw.
But before,
oh, I remember that part. I know Zappy was close to getting picked off by like this much.
Oh, it might have been Zappy that you might. Was it Zappy you were thinking of, or was it Milton that threw that ball, Alex?
Because I know Zappy had a ball that went right by the DB's hand for the Butte catch.
I'm gonna sling you in there. What the fuck? Nah, but no, it was a good game. Who was a little bit disappointing to you outside of the line? Zappy. Yeah, I mean, but did you already have low expectations for him now?
Yes, I did.
No, Milton on an early play.
I'm about to go. I remember that one.
Go look for it.
Yeah,
I'll look for it. But all right.
Moving on to your game.
Yeah, Giants played last night too. We beat the Lions 14-3. It was a good game. Defensive game, obviously. These guys couldn't score for shit. Eric Gray had a nice run, 48-yard run, where took it up the middle on a delay, put his foot in the ground, made one man miss, and he was off to the races.
Didn't realize he scored twice.
Yeah, he scored. Then we had a deep ball that was thrown to, I want to say Isaiah McKenzie, I believe. Well, not really a deep ball, but it was like an intermediate deep ball. You know what I mean? And we got down to like the 2-yard line, and then he got like another touchdown run off that.
I seen him catch a screen. I think it was a screen pass.
Yeah, he caught a screen, ran for about 15, 16 yards.
I texted you earlier because I was watching the highlights of y'all's game. I'm like, yeah, we may have something with Gray here because, we got him in Dynasty.
Yeah.
So I was like, we may have a little something here with him.
Yeah, the Giants are going to run by committee. I mean, obviously, Singletary is going to be the main guy.
Right.
But they're going to run by committee.
Right.
So
do you think he's going to win the backup job to Singletary?
I mean, it's tough. I like what Tracy brings to the table. That man broke like 5 tackles yesterday.
I did see that.
Yeah, he broke like 5 tackles yesterday. I mean, he was breaking tackles left and right. So I think they each bring a different dynamic to the table. I think, Singletary brings that veteran presence that you need. Gray's real shifty, quick. You know what I mean? He's a really elusive type guy. And then Tracy is like a receiving back, like a Shane Vereen type back.
Right.
Yeah,
because we both had Shane Vereen on our team.
Yeah, so he's kind of like that type of back. So like I said, they each bring something different to the table. And it kind of reminds me of that 2007 team that we had when we won the Super Bowl. Because that's how we did it. You had Brandon Jacobs as the bowl over.
Mount Bradshaw.
Mount Bradshaw was that quick dude, and then was it Derek Ward, I think it was. He gave you a little bit of both. You know what I mean? Gave you a good balance of both. Oh no!
Oh, Devin's in.
That's funny.
Devin,
what's up, Devin?
We need you to have everything set up for next week. Everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over there during the week this week and go see everything that he's got over there as far as like the lighting and everything.
Hell yeah.
So, what's up with you though, Dev? Appreciate you joining, man. We're talking about we were talking about the Patriots game a little bit. We're talking about the Giants game now. Yeah, like I said, Eric Gray had that night, 2 touchdowns. I mean, outside of that, the game really wasn't shit. It was back and forth. pick here, turnover there.
You want to touch on Drew Lock?
Here's one thing. The Giants intercepted a pass from the Lions, intercepted the ball. The dude was running it back and then got mollywopped and fumbled it, and the Lions recovered.
I remember seeing that play.
Yeah, so in the end, they only ended up losing like 10 to 15 yards. But they still had a fucking 1st and 10, so it didn't matter.
Still won the game 14-3.
I mean, yeah, defense played. It couldn't have died. What the fuck?
What?
What the fuck happened there? Okay. That was wild. All right. But so yeah, no, it was and it's preseason.
Yeah.
You know.
How do you feel about Theo Johnson? I know you had high hopes for him.
He had a couple nice plays. He had a drop that I didn't like though. He's too big to be dropping the ball.
Now, was he actually looking for the ball?
Yeah.
Okay, our tight end wasn't looking for the ball.
No, he had it in his hands and dropped it. Type drop. Yeah, it was bad. But I mean, he was looking decent. Neighbors only played 12 plays.
Not a single target.
You know. But then that's also on Drew Lock. You know what I mean? Fucking Drew Lock dropped back 6 times. 5 times he either got sacked or ran the ball. All right. And on those sacks, he held the ball for like 5 seconds before he got sacked.
And he also got hurt.
Would not throw the fucking ball. Okay. Then on that last drop back, that 6th drop back, he drops back and throws an interception.
Now, did he get hurt after he threw the pick, or was it a play after? Because they were saying it's his arm, but then they actually came out and said no, it's gonna be a hip injury. That's what.
No, he threw that before that happened.
Okay.
Yeah, he threw that, and then he came out on the next drive, and that happened.
Go figure, right? The first throw he has, it's in the picked off. That's what we were talking about before when he threw the ball. I'm like, you were saying, like, we're just running the ball. He just won't throw the ball.
Mm-hmm.
What happens the first time he throws it? Pick. I know y'all were fucking frustrated.
Yeah, I was a little upset just because he wouldn't throw it. Like he looked so nervous out there. Like he looked genuinely nervous, and he had time in the pocket. I doubt nobody was getting open. Like, miss me with that.
I don't remember who said this, but somebody said that Drew Lock could be the answer after Daniel Jones. I'm like,
Drew Lock's not the answer.
No.
He's a career backup.
Yeah, 3rd team. I don't know when did he get drafted?
Like 4 years ago.
Yeah, so 3rd team.
3 teams in 4 or 5 years. He's a career journeyman. But I mean, run game looked good. Offensive line looked a lot better, even with the backups. So that tells me that the guys that we brought in and the new offensive line coach is working out.
Yeah, I did see y'all run the ball really good. That's one thing I didn't know.
Yeah, we ran well. A lot of open lanes for the running back, which is nice to see. But once again, they're playing backups.
Yeah,
it's all backups. I won't really take anything kind of to heart until the last week of preseason.
Dexter Lawrence and Thibodeau and Burns play? No, none of them. Did any of the starters play?
Outside of Neighbors and Hyatt, Slayton didn't even play.
Did Hyatt get a target?
Yeah, he got a catch.
Okay.
For like 2 yards, 3 yards. Yeah. That was when Drew Lock was in. When DeVito came in is when our offense kind of picked up and started moving. But I mean, I figured that would happen, because once DeVito came in, he knows the playbook, he knows the players. Drew's new, So he's still trying to read and react to routes and everything. Yeah. So I kind of understand, but at the same time, like, bro, you should be ready by now.
He's only have 2 more weeks.
You know, you were only gonna run. You were only gonna play like 3-4 drives anyway. How much of the playbook do you not know? So, but I mean, we'll be okay. I don't know how many games we'll win this season. I'm still
top 5, top 10.
I'm still up in the air about it. I'm thinking a top 10 pick.
Top 15.
I hope not. I hate that area.
Fair enough.
I hate like 14 through.
Where's your ideal drafting spot?
20. What's the ideal drafting spot?
To you.
To me?
Yes.
I mean, 1? The fuck you mean?
Well, I mean, if you don't have the option, take number 1.
You talking about in an NFL draft?
Yeah.
If I wanted to pick in the NFL draft, where would
like
I?
How you're saying,
and I can't have 1.
Like how you're saying, like, you know, 15, like the top 15 or 15 is like how you don't like to be. Where outside of the top 5, you know, everybody wants to be in the top 5.
Okay.
Where would you want to draft at?
6.
Okay.
Because you always want the next highest pick, Jared. The fuck.
Look,
that's the most ideal spot. The next highest pick that you can get.
You can see somebody fuck it up.
I'm just saying, like, if somebody tells me, like, yo, what pick do you want if it's not in the top 5? 6, because that's the next pick. Like, Ayuk said no to the Browns and 49ers deal as quick as he said hell nah to the Patriots deal.
Did you see what the Browns were going to offer?
I saw they were offering Amari Cooper.
I think it was him, a 2nd or a 3rd, and I think a 5th. I just seen it earlier.
Oh, yeah, that's a nice compensation for the 49ers, but I don't care.
Yeah, I think he's just playing hardball with the 49ers.
He's pissed off about something.
Yeah. I think it's the Super Bowl the game.
He's mad about something.
Because back when they played in the Super Bowl, they were saying something about how, like, oh, he's only been getting like 4 targets like in the postseason. And I mean, if you would got a few more targets, who knows?
Yeah, but he's not. I mean, he's not their top guy.
No, I understand.
He's like the 4th option in reality, because Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, George Kittle all come before him. They all come before him. So, I mean, I don't understand where is he getting in his mind that, like, he does. I mean, he's the talent is there to get a lot of volume. But with all these other guys there, what do you expect?
Yeah, so the Browns were offering Amari Cooper, a 2nd and a 5th.
Oof. That's a pretty good. That's a pretty good trade. I ain't gonna lie. 49ers would have been happy about that one.
It's either, I honestly think it's going to be in Washington or Pittsburgh, because he wants to either go to Pittsburgh or he's going to go on and play with Jaden Daniels.
He's probably going to go to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh needs a wide receiver. I don't think Washington's going to trade for it, mainly because I don't necessarily think that they're not a receiver away from winning a Super Bowl.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like if they would have, if they were Super Bowl made outside of like a skill player or two,
yeah,
you'd be like, yeah, go for it. Trade right now, go all in, because you haven't won a Super Bowl since the 90s.
Right.
So, yeah, go all in for it. But they still need offensive line. The secondary still a little bit shaky. They're missing a pass rusher because they got rid of both Chase Young and they got rid of Montez Sweat. So you're missing a pass rusher up front. You still got Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen, 2 D tackles. You're good on run defense, I think. But I do think that, at least in the middle, you are. You're missing pass rushers, and that's the problem right now. So they still have too many holes to fix, and they can't afford to give away capital during a rebuild. They don't want to
Right.
fuck it up
Right.
by just getting Jaden Daniels. Yeah, sorry. They don't want to fuck it up by just getting Jaden Daniels. What you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to do the same thing that the Bears are trying to do with Caleb. Get pieces, surround him with pieces, get an offensive line together, get a defense together, try to win a Super Bowl before you got to pay this man a whole shit ton of money.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, you got Agent Austin Eckler back there.
Yeah.
Got Brian Robinson.
Your running back room Soto. I like your line. Their linebackers are good. I said the 2D tackles. We'll see how Emmanuel Forbes comes on more. We'll see how he comes. I mean, he got cooked by Garrett Wilson in practice. I don't know if you've seen the video.
No.
But okay, so he got cooked by Garrett Wilson, and then there's this lady there. That's the one that's filming it.
Jesus.
And she goes, Garrett Wilson, I know you're gonna cook Emmanuel Forbes. And then guess what he does? Proceeds to cook Emmanuel Forbes. It was hilarious. If the Browns move off Cooper, they're dumber than them boys. I mean, not really. He's older now. It was done when the Cowboys did it because he was still in his prime.
Yeah.
Then
they give up like 3 firsts to get Amari Cooper.
They gave up a lot to get him. And then he just walked, basically.
They let him walk.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Cleveland traded for him, but they traded for him for like, what was it? Like
true. But they also had CD Lamb.
Like a second round pick, I think, at the time.
Yeah. They were having CD come up right at that time. So, I mean, it kind of
understood, yeah. But now, now it's not that dumb. I mean, he's still a good player. It's not to say he's not a good player, but you want somebody who's younger. Oh, they traded for a fifth? Yeah, okay, yeah. They traded him for Amari first. See, that's dumb. That's the dumb part, Alex. Trading Amari Cooper away for a 5th-round pick, that was dumb. But if the Browns traded him and got back Brandon Ayuk in return, I don't think that's a bad trade. You want that youth. You want somebody who you can build around with Deshaun Watson. Amari Cooper's got, a few years left in him?
Yeah.
So you think you're trying to think a little bit more further ahead because you're paying Deshaun all this fucking money. But no, it was good. They had a couple games on tonight.
It was last I looked, it was 6-6 Baltimore against Philly.
I'll check the scores real quick.
Yeah. Houston was beating up Pittsburgh. Last I looked, it was 20-12.
Texans won 20-12 in the final. It's 13-13 with about 5.5 left to go with the Eagles and the Ravens. And it's 20-13 Dolphins with about 8.5 left to go.
Nice.
So decent games.
Yeah.
Decent games. Especially that Ravens-Philly game. That's going to come down to the wire. If you give them both, that's one thing, but losing one to replace with a younger guy who's never really been a number one is risky. Well, yeah, it's risky. But you know what's also risky? Keeping a 31-year-old wide receiver. And you have to pay him. Do you want to pay him? No. You'd rather pay a guy who's younger.
Yeah.
You don't want to pay for Amari Cooper for another year or two. And then you're going to have to pay him big money because he's a good wide receiver still at an older age. But Ayuk, yeah, he's never been a number one, but he was a number two. And he excelled as a number two most of the time. So it's hard to say. I mean, there's some guys that you can that I've said in basketball, baseball, football. Like, there's some guys you can just see things like because of the way that they play. But Ayuk's one of those ones that you can't really put your finger on because he was so productive as a number two. Could he be a number one?
Yeah.
That's the thing is he was so productive as a number two. Can he be a number one? And that's another thing. He does got a lot of help out there. With Devo and Kittle. We did talk about that. I do agree with that, but at a certain point, you have to find out if this guy is a number one or if he isn't.
Yeah.
Because if he isn't, then you don't gotta pay. What you should do with Ayuk right now is pay him decent money for about maybe 2 to 3 years. Give him like a 3-year contract. All right.
They can still tag him.
Yeah. If he's not the way that you want him to be after those first 2 seasons, try to look to trade him. If not, cut your L. Take your L. But at some point, you have to see that if certain guys could be a number one, being a number two. Gabe Davis was a number 2. We know he's not a number 1.
Yeah.
Brandon Cooks is a number 2 right now, but he's been a number 1 before, hasn't he?
Yes. Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So, like, you can. It's all dependent on the player. In the way that you can watch it when you watch somebody play, like, does this guy have what it takes to be that number 1 guy to really carry that offense,
right?
Receiving wise. So it'll be interesting. I want to see where Brandon Ayuk goes, what he does, and I will say this: if he goes to Pittsburgh, it's not going to look good. Like, it's not going to look good if he goes to Pittsburgh. Because Mike Tomlin's a defensive coach. That's also another difference between Pittsburgh and where he's at.
Yeah.
Kyle Shanahan is an offensive guy.
Yeah.
He's great at getting his guys open. But at the same time, if you flip it and look at somebody who's a defensive guy like Mike Tomlin, look at how the offense was last year. Do you really think it's going to be that much better after losing guys? Your running game has been non-existent over the past 5 years. Do you really trust Russell Wilson or Justin Fields to lead a team into a winning season? Like, there's a multitude of things at the quarterback position that could hinder his production.
Yeah.
So I think if he goes to Pittsburgh, it's going to look bad. I do think that. I don't see that in him. I mean, you might not. I haven't really put an arrow on what I like. He's just so, because like I see flashes of it. Like I see flashes where I'm like, oh my God, did you just see the move that he made to get open?
Yeah.
Like, that was crazy. But I've also seen stuff where I'm like, well, that was kind of unnecessary. Why'd you do all that?
The one play they always like to show is that the run blocking. With you know what I'm talking about, when he was blocking for McCaffrey all the way down.
Well, yeah, and that's also something that you look for in a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Are they willing to block? He may not be the best wide receiver, but if somebody's willing to block, I bet you he might get on a team.
Yeah.
Like if Hines Ward wasn't the kind of football player he was, but could still block, I guarantee you he's still on a team. Because Hines Ward, one of the best run blocking wide receivers ever. And I'll tell you what, they would still put him out there on the outside to block off that cornerback. Because if you could seal that edge and get that corner, you create that lane one-on-one with the safety, man, I'm taking my running back every time, unless it's somebody like Brian Dawkins or John Lynch or one of these run support safeties.
Yeah.
Somebody like that. I mean, and you could be right, though, Alex. Maybe he doesn't have that in him. But the thing is that in my opinion, we won't know about him until we see him in that position being a number 1 guy. All right, Jared. Let's talk a little bit about this AFC South. So, coming into this season, high expectations on Houston.
Yes.
High expectations on Houston.
C.J. Stroud set the bar for rookie quarterbacks.
He reset the bar. He really did.
Yep.
Tank Dell's still there. They bring in Stephon Diggs.
Nico
They
Collins,
re-sign Nico Collins. Still got, Dalton Schultz there.
Joe Mixon.
They pick up Tony Pollard.
No, Pollard went to Tennessee.
No, I'm sorry.
Joe Mixon.
Joe Mixon, thank you. They pick up Joe Mixon. There's a lot of I really don't think that they did anything offensive line wise.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
I feel like they could have used some guys. Don't they have Tunsil? I think Tunsil's good though.
Yes.
Tunsil's good. But the rest of the line isn't really up to par to where I wish it would be. Defensively, Will Anderson Jr.,
I think Danielle Hunter plays for Houston also.
Danielle Hunter's there now too?
I think he's
yeah.
also.
So you got Danielle Hunter and don't forget the D. All Diddy, bro, he's so stupid. All Diddy's crazy. But yeah, like I said, Williamson Jr. Don't they got that Stingley dude?
Yeah, he's a corner.
Yeah. We'll see how he comes on a little bit on more. Who else they got over there? Said Danielle Hunter. I still think they could use another piece or two in the secondary and linebacker wise, but such high expectations on this offense. I mean, CJ Stroud came out in this preseason game, played first drive, throws like a 40-yard touchdown.
You watched the game?
I did not watch the game. I just watched the drive. The first couple drives.
I didn't get to see any of the games.
No, I watched the first couple drives, and CJ came out doing CJ things.
Right.
So they have such high expectations this year. They really do.
Yeah. After going to the playoffs last year. After nobody expected them to go to the playoffs.
Nobody saw that coming.
After an entire rebuild in 1 year.
Entire rebuild in 1 year.
1 year. The quarterback fell at the right time.
Got the right quarterback and a good pass rusher.
Back-to-back.
Back-to-back picks. That's crazy.
And then not only that, they make the playoffs without,
Tank Dell went down.
Broke his leg. I don't remember if did Nico get hurt?
I think he was hurt in the playoffs.
Okay.
I think he got hurt in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean they would shit. Who they played Cleveland? Who'd they play after Cleveland? Kansas City?
Kansas City.
Yeah. And they almost beat Kansas City.
No, they played the Ravens. Because Kansas City played Buffalo.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was without, Diggs now. So now you got Diggs, Nico Collins, and Tank Dell. All the work, but that's the trio right there.
Yeah, and then Joe Mixon out the backfield with CJ throwing the ball.
Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
You got Schultz as tight end. They got the rookie tight end, Kate Stover.
Man, that team, it's so weird today because me and you were around watching football when the Texans were created. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So seeing them 24 years later, 25 years later, into their, I think this is their 25th season as a franchise.
I remember playoff Houston when it was like Matt Schaub,
Andre Johnson,
Arian Foster, JJ Watt. When did D'Amico Ryans retire from Houston?
Like 12, 13, maybe 14. Because he was playing in his prime in like 09, 08.
Okay.
So I wouldn't expect it to be too much longer after that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect it to be like 10 years later. But I could be wrong. When is he eligible for the Pro Football Hall of Fame? Or is he already eligible?
5 years after you retire.
That's what I'm saying. Have you heard anything?
No.
If he is? Might as well just look it up.
That's what I'm about to do.
But I mean, yeah, it's nice to see this team do it because we've seen the entirety of this franchise build and grow different guys. You know, they'd have pieces, but they didn't have a whole team. And then if they didn't have that, they were shit. They had bad coaches. They had a guy trade away one of the best wide receivers in the league for a ham sandwich
And a bag of chips.
and a bag of fucking chips. It was terrible.
And you know, in that trade, he got David Johnson, the running back from Arizona.
Yeah. Such a bad trade. But to see the expectations that we saw for them growing up to what they are this year.
He retired in 2016.
2016,
Yeah.
so I was close. But I think they're going to have a good year. They are going to be playing tougher teams this year because they won the division last year.
Yep.
So it is a little bit tougher schedule. You got to play all the first place teams in the AFC to go along with playing whatever division you have to play. You know, and then you got to play the first whoever won a division from the NFC as well.
Yeah, you still got Indy coming up. You got Anthony Richardson coming back.
Yeah, in your own division is tough.
Yeah.
You know,
Tennessee got a little bit better.
Don't play around with Tennessee.
Yeah.
You know, they may have Will Levis, but they got pieces around him now.
Yeah.
You know, that's a good transition. So, I mean, Tennessee now has Will Levis and DeAndre Hopkins, Calvin Ridley, Tony Pollard. Like, they have guys there.
Yeah. I forget the D tackle's name.
Oh, Jeffrey Simmons?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Jeffrey Simmons in the middle of
Ladarius Sneed.
Yep. Ladarius Sneed's there now. They traded for him. You know who also signed to Houston? Was it Kevin Byard?
No,
The safety. Where did he sign at?
I thought he signed in Chicago.
Was it Chicago?
Yeah,
I knew he signed to one of these Super Bowl teams.
Didn't he play with Philly last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he left to Chicago.
Philly traded for him.
Yeah,
from Tennessee.
Okay. Yeah, I think he went to Chicago. I'm not 100% sure, but I thought I saw him going to Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago. You are correct, sir. I knew he went to one of the Super Bowl contenders. I couldn't remember which one.
Mm-hmm.
But Tennessee, you know, they're not to be played around with. I do think that they will be better than they were last year.
Mm-hmm.
I expect them to be with the pieces that they have. They're still missing a little bit on defense. I don't really like their linebackers. They're still missing a pass rusher. Probably another corner or another safety because they had Byard to begin with. Remember, but Byard's gone now, so they could probably use another. Where'd they go in the draft? Where'd they go? Who'd they draft?
Tackle. Well, maybe not a tackle. I think it was offensive line, but I don't remember exactly who. Didn't they get? I think they drafted the kid from Alabama.
Latham.
Yeah, he's like a tackle.
J.C. Latham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember seeing him with one of the sleds.
Yep, J.C. Latham. That's good though. You got to protect Will Levis. Give him time. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. You would know. He came from Alabama. That's why.
Okay.
J.C. Latham. That's where he played at. He played it in Alabama.
Yeah. So now Will Levis have a full season.
Yeah, it's a tackle. All Diddy. Oh,
Jesus Christ!
Damn, Alex, what you want over there? Tackle all Diddy? Yo. Woo-wee, boy. I don't see that in him. All Diddy. Yo, Alex, what is wrong with you? Yo, somebody get this man. Yo, look at what he said. I don't see that in him. All Diddy. Yo, get this man. Hey, well, yeah, don't forget the D all Diddy. We seen that one already, though. But this man said tackle all Diddy. And then said, I don't see that in him, all Diddy. Yo, Alex, bro, you violating the podcast, bro. That's tough, man. That is tough. How dare you? You know them Alabama dudes, bro. That is so crazy. It's out of order? Nah. Now it's out of order. Now it's out of order. Come on, man. Do better. Do fucking better. That's tragic. Yo, I don't see that in him. All Diddy is wild, Jared. I'm just gonna throw that out there. But but Tennessee, I do expect them to be a little bit better than they were last year. But somebody's got to come in last in this division. You know?
Yeah.
So that brings me. Didn't they come in last year?
I believe so.
Yeah, they came in last in the division. And then the Colts.
Jacksonville could probably come in last.
And then Jacksonville, and then Houston.
You think Jacksonville can come in last? Because, I mean, like we just talked about with Houston and Indy. Not Indy.
You think the Jags are going to go last?
No, I think he was saying the Jags. Or maybe he was answering your question.
I don't know where he was going with that one. Yeah, the Jags. I mean, the Jags could definitely be last. I mean, there's got to be a last place team.
Could we have a division where all the teams have a winning record, and just somehow
they got the worst roster right now? Is crazy.
Yeah, because you lost Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, but you got Brian Thomas Jr. now.
Yeah.
How's he gonna be?
Gabe Davis.
You got Gabe Davis too.
Christian
Kirk.
Evan Ingram.
Still got ETN in the backfield.
Still got Trevor throwing the ball.
Still got Trayvon Walker on that side. Tyson Campbell still on that side. Andre Cisco still on that side. Yeah. Josh Hines Allen now. He's still on that side. So, I mean, they still got players. Yeah, they still got hella players. You know what I mean? Like, don't get it twisted. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, this division is really interesting.
Yeah. This is division that's going to be interesting to watch this year.
I really think so. I mean, like I said, you got guys everywhere on every team.
Yeah.
I can start naming. We just named off the Jags. We named off the Titans. We talked about Houston. What about Indianapolis? Look at how Indianapolis is looking right now. Anthony Richardson. Quentin Nelson over there on the line. If they get their line correct, they could be a top 10 line in the league easily. Jonathan Taylor in the backfield. Michael Pittman on the outside. You got Adonai Mitchell coming in.
Josh Downs,
who had almost 800 yards last year. It could be poised to have another 800-yard season to go along with what Adonai Mitchell is going to bring to the table. Like, they got guys all over this division.
Yeah.
Now, I do think I think Indy's defense is going to be better than what people give them credit. For some reason, Indy's defense plays well. They do. Indy's got a good defense that they don't have any like big names or stars over there, but you know that they're going to ball out. You know what I mean? So Indy is an interesting one, depending on their offensive line and their defense. I think they got the skill players.
Yeah. I just really hope Anthony Richardson stays healthy because I want to see a full season of Anthony Richardson.
Same. With the Jags need to see another good season out of Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence has to step it up. But you are a number one pick.
Yeah.
And you're playing like Daniel Jones. That's a problem. Don't. You've seen the stats. You can't argue with the stats. I hate the people that go, oh, well, you got to take out his rookie year because, Urban Meyer. Like, it doesn't matter. Daniel Jones had Joe Judge. Is that any better? Like, seriously, is that any better than Urban Meyer in the NFL? Love Urban Meyer in college.
QB sneak on the 4, Joe Judge.
Yeah, bro. Like, this is fucking stupid. But they have to get better. He has to be better. Has to be better. Defensively, it's kind of interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's where they might get killed, because I think defensively they're going to have a problem stopping the run.
I can't remember. I think they got a safety over there now. I don't remember what his name was. I think he came from Green Bay. Could be wrong.
Savage?
Yes.
Is that where he went? He went to the Jags?
I think so.
Was it Darnell Savage?
Yeah.
Alex, did Darnell Savage go to the Jags? Yeah. He's with the Jags now. Good call. Yeah. Yeah, they got another safety over there now too. Yeah. Yeah, you think so? Yeah. Yeah, he did. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think they'll be decent in the pass game because they got a pass rusher and a half. But they also got they got a decent secondary. I like their secondary.
Yeah.
Linebacker, Okulikan he's okay. He's pretty good. Especially, once again, he's a pass guy. They're gonna have a problem stopping the run, in my opinion. Tennessee defensively, I think it's going to be a little bit tough. They just lost their defensive coordinator, so they have a new defensive coordinator coming in. And you got guys like Snead and Jeffrey Simmons. Like I said, I don't really care for their linebackers too much, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I think this is going to be one of the most interesting divisions in the league this year.
Yeah.
With how the teams have shaken out in the offseason.
Because really, this division is kind of like a toss-up right now.
So
if everything goes right, it could really be a toss-up between any of the 4 of them.
Definitely. With all that being said, Jared, who do you have, in what order do you have this AFC? In what order do you have this AFC South?
I get it.
Shake it out.
I'm gonna give one to Houston. I'm gonna give the division to Houston. I'm gonna go 2 with Indy.
You got Indy going 2.
That's it. That's with Anthony Richardson being healthy.
You're thinking of a fully healthy season. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Are we counting injuries, or are we just going?
No. You got a point. Go by
okay.
What you think as far as like a fully healthy season.
I'm gonna go Jags 3, Tennessee 4. Even though it's you got Will Levis still with the full season under his belt, he's still gonna be learning. Rookie all left tackle.
Okay, so how many wins do you think Houston gets?
What did they get last year?
11, I think. Do you think they get 12, 13
I haven't
wins?
seen their schedule, so I couldn't really tell you off their schedule. So I'm gonna go 11.
Yeah, yeah, I have Houston winning the division as well. I actually have Tennessee being the second team. I think Tennessee's going to turn some heads. I really like what they've done over there this offseason. I really like what they've done over there.
That's better with the additions they got.
They
got Will Levis, the new center with I think
new head coach.
Who's the head coach? I don't remember the head coach's name.
I cannot remember the Tennessee head coach's name. I could not for the life of you tell me. They got a new head coach, new defensive coordinator. It's a new day in Tennessee. I think Tennessee turns some heads this year. I think they go second. I think
Brian Callahan's
the head coach. Okay. I actually have the Colts third.
Okay.
And I have the Jags fourth. And I'll tell you why. Because of the simple fact that speaking of fully healthy,
Right.
I do like Richardson. I do like his abilities. I'm a little worried about if he's going to stay healthy.
No, that's fair.
Like that's my whole thing. I think he'll be healthier this year, but I in the back of my mind, something is telling me that he's not going to be healthy for the full season.
That's fair. I know. I think it was the Rams game. I think he played hurt through the game. I think he hurt his foot.
Yeah,
he played through the game on that one.
Yeah,
and then I think that's the end of the season.
Yeah, he'll be healthier this year. I got the Jags coming in last, and it's not by a large margin. I still think they win probably about 6 games, maybe 7 games. I think Tennessee wins about 7 to 8 games. I think, not Tennessee. I think the Colts win about 7 to 8 games. I think Tennessee wins about 9 games.
Okay.
And I think Houston wins 12.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen the schedules for them so I couldn't really tell you like off rip what I think. About like the over under on wins and losses.
Yeah. So I'm thinking Houston's going to take this division, not with ease, but you'll start to see them pull away every now and then, and you'll be like, oh, Houston got another game lead.
Yeah.
And then they might stay together for a week or two, and then oh, Houston got another game lead. They're up 2 games now.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be something like that, and then the other 3 are gonna be fighting, and it's gonna be really close as far as like wins and losses between the 3 of those.
Yeah.
But like I said, I do think that Houston is the clear-cut favorite. Okay. So, but yeah. And that's the AFC South from after the huddle. But all right, Jared, anything else you wanted to add?
No, we can cover all the topics.
Yep. All right, everybody. Thank y'all for joining. We're gonna close it out here tonight. We'll be back next week. Special guest coming on. And we'll see. Try to get him on and see if his schedule's shaking out. But we're gonna go over the NFC South next week. Saints fans, tune in. Falcons,
Tampa. Gotta try.
Carolina.
Gotta try to get Tracy on.
Yeah, gotta try to get Tracy on. Tracy we can talk about Tampa. He'll get in the chat though.
Yeah, he'll get in the chat.
He'll get in the chat. But all right, like I said, we appreciate y'all joining. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, everything they do here on YouTube. We appreciate everybody coming in, commenting, talking, debating with us, all types of stuff. We always appreciate everything. And we'll be back next week. So we'll see y'all then. Probably.
You can do same time? Or
I'm thinking of the day.
In the day?
What day?
Oh, really depends on all of our schedules.
Yeah.
We'll shoot for Thursday.
Probably shooting for Thursday.
Because that's the start of week 2 for preseason.
Yeah. We'll probably shoot for Thursday, maybe Friday. So we'll see how it goes. We appreciate y'all. And we are out of here.